Some government and industry leaders are already looking beyond the new FedRAMP roadmap and the goals it sets. Kevin Greene is Chief Technology Officer for Public Sector at OpenText Cybersecurity. I asked him what he thinks the cloud security community needs next.
We have to have more visibility. I think visibility for me is the most important thing when you start talking about things like zero trust. You have to assume you're compromised, and elevating visibility becomes a key priority, I think, for organizations. I think it's part of a long list of things, but probably one of the most important things in disrupting threat actor capabilities, right? So if you can get early warning signals and signs of threat actor behavior and activities, I think you can be more responsive and do a lot of different things to disrupt their activities. So I do think learning from that is a way that I always try to help our customers put in place a more robust visibility or elevating visibility to be more responsive to cyber attacks. I also think one of my concerns is with everything becoming platform specific, I do see identity as the crux that is highly targeted by threat actors. I've been doing some research on my own. I noticed that software exploits circumvents access controls, identity type controls. We've seen that with the Avanta vulnerability 0-day. So as we see more and more software being pervasive as far as cloud technologies, whether it's software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software powers those things. So we have to be more resilient, build better software. But also I think the most important thing is elevating visibility so we can see threat actor behavior and activities early on in the attack lifecycle.
When you refer to visibility into what and who should be looking for whatever it is that you want them to gain visibility into?
I think we need to change the way we talk about visibility. When I say visibility, I'm talking about really hunting for threat actors, behaviors, signals, and obviously indicators of compromise is way too late, right? The data's already exfiltrated, so it's way too late. So trying to establish what I call early warning signals to look at those signals, those behaviors that are indicative to threat actor behaviors. So any way we can do that and start hunting, I always say you gotta hunt down versus hunt up. Hunting up is reactive, hunting down is more proactive. So a way to kind of formalize that is really try to formalize incident response more appropriately, understand what your threat profile is. So when you do get threat intelligence, you can codify that, it becomes actionable. You can build that situational awareness that's so important to gain an advantage around threat actor behavior and activities.
What's your sense of how the threat landscape is changing in order for someone to know what it is that they should be looking for when they're trying to gain that visibility?
I think it's changing at a very rapid pace. We've seen phishing for years, phishing has been the attack vector for ransomware. We're starting to see more now compromising 0 days and compromising exploits and visibility, exploits in software as part of launching ransomware attacks. So I do think the work that CISA is doing with Secure by Design, Secure by Defaults is an important initiative that not only public sector, but private sector as well need to really take hold on and really formalize really good software security practices as part of their as part of their modernization efforts, because I think it's so important. If we can reduce the attack surface associated with poorly developed software, I always say software security is our first line of defense, right? It's not a firewall, it's not zero trust. And I'm working on a paper now where we're talking about there's a thin line between zero trust and 0-day, right? Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is because of the nature of how vulnerabilities are and threat actors are exploiting these software vulnerabilities, we know that a lot of these controls can be circumvented and bypassed with software exploits. So,
Kevin Greene of OpenText Cybersecurity.